Glad to be here again on another valuable talk on money, business, and investing. We're going to be speaking about what is a master investor. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company. You can find digital products and services to help you build your asset column on our website. I put the link in the description of our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet. It's going to help you understand everything that we're talking about, because every episode that we're doing on our live streams are taken from each chapter of this ebook. It's an amazing volume that you must read if you truly want to build wealth in your life and reach financial freedom, right? It's by making the assets that we control pay for everything in our lives. All expenses, anything that we want, will be paid with income that comes from our assets. And that leads me to tell you that a master investor is that person who controls assets that pay passive income, and that is how we make our income. We don't get it through a job or a salary. We actually have assets that create positive cash flow and sometimes capital gains income. So this week we have been talking about a variety of things that builds the master investor. We talked about the 10 controls of a master investor. We also discussed about having a brand instead of just a company. When we build or launch a business, we want to turn that into a brand and protect the niche of that brand by trademarking the name and the brand. Because if we're not doing that, we're building a commodity, and we want to build a brand that has intrinsic value, which means it's protected through having the legalities in order. And as much, we want to ensure that the brand is expendable and we can use leverage and control over the brand. Okay, can we reach the masses? Can we take this globally? We want to find a problem in the marketplace that has a big market share that we can expand ongoingly. Okay, there are about 7 billion people, they say, in the planet. We need to focus on solving 7 billion people's problems, and we can start observing the world with the eyes of an entrepreneur. If you want to build wealth, you need to change the mindset. You need to understand what money, how money works, so that you can begin to play the game with the new rules of money and start investing for passive income. Number one highest expense that humans have are taxes. And majority of people pay high in taxes because they are working for they're working for ordinary income or earned income, which is the type of income a person gets from a job. Or they have a small practice and they have to show up, they basically own a job, and they have to pay taxes on self-employed taxes, and or if they're an employee of a company, then they pay through employee taxes. So a way to minimize taxes is by not being an employee or self-employed. We want to be playing on the right side of the cash flow circle. So when we build the business, we also want to ensure that the business has financial integrity or business integrity, which means that it is complete. It's working through systems, and it has all the 8 elements of the cash flow triangle that we spoke about this week, which has 8 elements. It's starting with the mission, and it goes to team, leadership, cash flow, communications, systems, legal, and product. We need to ensure that we are building a successful business, and when we invest into a business, we want to ensure that that business is a successful business. And that's also another way that we can minimize taxes, by investing in other people's businesses. Okay, and we can run a due diligence check on that business by plugging the 8 elements into that business of the cash flow triangle. So understand that when we're looking at an investment, we need to understand that that business is lucrative, is legal, it has a product or service, it has a mission, it has the right team behind it, the right leadership. And as a master investor, we want to develop ourselves also with leadership skills. And we can only do that through experience and self-development. That's why writing a list of goals that are getting us closer every single day towards creating more wealth, whether it's starting your own business, creating your first brand, investment, all of those actions will help us build true wealth and guide us to become a wealthy entrepreneur and become a master investor, right? And so how do we become a master investor? First, we need to invest in our financial education and begin on that same day to acquire and to think, how are we going to acquire our first asset? It could be an ebook, it could be a digital course, something that will produce passive income because it's solving a problem in the marketplace. And we need to understand how to control systems, how to own systems, if you will. There are so many systems today that can help us delegate the task that we used to have to hire people. Now we can use AI, artificial intelligence, to even create more income through passive income faster. Okay, there are two types of income that exist when we invest into something. Two outcomes primarily comes out of investing. We either get capital gains income or we get passive income. Okay, and a master investor understands what type of income we're investing on before we go into the investment. And we usually prefer, of course, to focus on passive income, and more so if you're coming out of the rat race. If you want to escape the rat race, you want to focus on building passive income because it will help you thrive without a paycheck. And one of the hardest things to do for majority of people moving from the left side of the cash flow circle is to begin to live their life without having a paycheck. And that is what gets people stuck in the rat race, is the addiction and not having the ability of living without the paycheck. They are so brainwashed, if you will, to exchange their time for money in order to make their earned income. So it's not easy. Entrepreneurship is not easy in the sense that it takes effort and it takes financial education, right? And it takes attempts, and maybe you will fail sometimes, and you have to pick up and learn from those failures. The majority of people give up. But today is easier than ever to become a wealthy entrepreneur and a master investor. Why? Simply because we have technology. We have access to information like we never had before, and we can accelerate the speed in which we create a transaction. So the faster we get to sell something using systems, the faster we can create passive income, reach financial freedom, and continue to buy or acquire or invest into more sound assets. So the velocity of cash flow, we talk about the formula of the velocity of cash flow on our live streams, and it's also in detail inside of our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. You can find the ebook inside of our link in the description. I gotta switch the mic because it's going low on the battery. I'm glad I checked. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect this. Okay, and I'm gonna put these headphones so that we can continue talking about this exciting topic, right? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, and let me know if you have any questions. Remember, I want you to understand that building a business is not something that is easy, okay? But it's easier today than ever before. So it's a right time to be living if you want to become wealthy. It's going to be a lot easier. It takes effort, takes time, but it can be done faster than ever before. So a master investor ultimately is someone that takes a company public and is the person who sells shares to the public. Instead of being the one that buys shares, we are selling shares. So one of the levels of an investor, we talk about the 5 different levels that exist. One of them is number 5. Level 5 is a capitalist, and a master investor is a capitalist. It's someone that looks for problems in the marketplace, in the world, and we solve them with a business by either acquiring a business, investing into a business, or creating it from scratch. We need to learn how to read financial statements. We talked about how to analyze financial statements on our previous live streams. We're doing a 30-day challenge of money, business, and investing talks and videos like this. So, and we're going to keep it going for the entire year, okay? Because if we want to create passive income and true wealth, we need to talk about money. We need to sit down and have a discussion about how to create more income. And there is a taboo going around the world that it's not okay to talk about money. It is very much needed. We need to speak about money more on a daily basis in order to build passive income and total freedom. It's not about just going to work, doing your job, and never talk about money, get your paycheck, pay your bills. That type of pattern will keep you in the rat race. We first need to invest on financial education so that we raise our financial IQ, change our core values and the way we approach and see money, and the actions that we take when we have money, we have credit, we have any type of loan. We are going to focus on building passive income and sometimes capital gains income. It depends on the asset in which we're going to invest on. But we first analyze the asset and we measure our return on investment with facts, basically through passive income. Because passive income means that this is how much the business is making right now per day. This is how much it has made in the past 10 years, in the past 5 years. And we can track the revenue of that business based on the facts. Okay, it's not based on opinions, which when people measure the return on investment with capital gains income, they are basing their return on investment on opinions. We want to stay away from opinions because those events might never happen. Those are future events. So we need to focus on facts. Remember that because this is important. So when you measure return on investment, focus on facts. How much has it made today? How much is it making the past month? How much has it made the past year and the past 3 years, the past 5 years? And we need to learn how to do our due diligence because we say here in Salva Master Investor that due diligence is one of the most important aspects of investing. A master investor really goes into due diligence when we are going to invest into any asset, okay, or any proposed asset that we find out there. There are websites where you can find assets and real estate. One of those websites is called loopnet.com. You can find commercial real estate properties for sale, find them for foreclosure, and industrial, commercial real estate, any type of real estate that is commercial, you'll find there, and you can begin to analyze those investments by asking the brokers or the representatives of those investments for the paperwork. And usually they have a link where you can just click on it and download the entire package. You can see the financial statements of the business. You can learn about what it looks on an investment when we're analyzing one, what it looks like on a financial statement. So it's a very good idea to just go in there, even right now, starting out, go to loopnet.com and find different investments. Forget about the price because it takes the same amount of energy to analyze a small deal than a bigger deal. The numbers change, but the same amount of effort and energy goes into both of them. So here at Master Investor, we always say expand your mind. Yeah, start small if you want to, but as you grow in this journey of entrepreneurship and investing, you will learn that it takes the same amount of energy and effort to invest in a bigger deal than it is to invest in a smaller deal. Okay, so to gain confidence, start small. It's okay. You can buy a duplex, you can buy something that is maybe less than 14 units, right? There are many ways that we can start investing today. And my message is, if you want to become a master investor, you need to first understand the new rules of money. You need to equip yourself with the right financial education. You need to do it daily, self-development. Invest in seminars, invest in products like we are selling here at Master Investor. Get our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet. You need to understand the different controls of a master investor. Also, learn how to read your own financial statement. And as much, you need to work on acquiring your first asset that produces passive income or capital gains income. Learn how to live through your passive income instead of a paycheck. And you need to also understand the majority of investors that exist today that are master investors, they made their wealth, and I have a list here of 10 of the, this came from the Fortune magazines who ran a cover story entitled Young and Rich, the 40 Wealthiest Americans Under 40. Number one, this is an interesting list because it tells you that since we are in the information age, majority of these individuals became wealthy through the internet, using internet companies, right? Acquiring or building an internet company. Number one is Michael Dell, age 34, 21.5 billion. Dell Computer, that's his business. Number two is Jeff Bezos, 35. His wealth is 5.7 billion. Amazon.com, that's his business. Number three, Ted Waite, 36, 5.4 billion. His business is Gateway. Number four, Pierre Omitter. I think that I'm saying his last name incorrectly. His age is 32. Wealth is 3.7 billion. His business is eBay. And then we have David Philo, number five, age 33, 3.1 billion. His business is Yahoo. Number six, David Yang, 30, 3 billion. His business is Yahoo as well. Number seven is Henry Nicholas, age 39, 2.4 billion. His business is Broadcom. Number eight, Rob Glasser, age 37, wealth 2.3 billion. His business is Real Networks. Number nine, Scott Bloom, age 35, 1.7 billion. His business is Buy.com. And then number 10 is Jeff Skoll, age 33, 1.4 billion. His business is eBay. So all of the top 10 are internet companies. Some of these young billionaires are shown in the next page diagram. You'll find this in the ebook. We can see why they became who they are today and how they achieved their wealth through building a sound business and taking a public too, right? Selling shares to the public. Establishing their own company, finding a niche, then filling it by providing their product and services with systems. We may notice that the top 10 of the top 40 young rich are from computer or internet companies. Yeah, there were other types of businesses listed as well. Number 26, John Scatner, 37 years old. His wealth is 403 million. His business is Papa John's Pizza. Number 28, Master P, age 29. Wealth is 361 million. His business is Recording Star. Number 29 is Michael Jordan, age 36, 357 million. Sports Star. We find we find interest to know that the non-internet related wealthy people came from businesses such as pizza company, the rap music business, and sports. Now, a lot of these people who did not have a internet company, they somehow needed the internet, because if you think about Papa John's, they do a lot of marketing. The recording star, Master P, a lot of marketing behind that. And of course, Michael Jordan, probably with all the sponsors and ads that they do with his brand, then that makes up for the $357 million that he has on wealth. So it's not just from basketball, it's all the other internet gigs that he gets and all of the other assets and businesses that he owns. So, think about this. The internet we can actually sell to the entire world. So it's all about speed. It's how fast can I sell this item on autopilot? How fast can I put this in front of the right people? Today we have digital assets, we have informational products, we have the ability to do drop shipping with systems where we don't even need to storage any of the items that we're selling to the world. So we can get started right now. That's my message. If you truly want to become a master investor, you start by building a plan, by creating a plan that will help you get your first asset, okay? Online, offline, right? If you want to start with real estate, you're still going to need the internet. So anything that we do today, we have to plug into the internet and find out through due diligence whether that asset is the appropriate sound asset that we are looking for to create passive income or capital gains income. We focus on building passive income because when we do that, we automatically will take advantage of capital gains income when the opportunity presents itself and it's a sound asset to build capital gains income. Remember, we want to diversify among the 5 different asset classes that exist so that we hedge for inflation and protect from bad economies. As a master investor, we know the economy goes up and down, and we want to prepare ourselves for any type of economy. So ultimately, we also have a diagram that is very important, and it's called the cash flow tetrahedron, which is basically a triangle on top of another triangle, but the triangles are touching its bases with one another. So, so it's like this. It's a triangle and then a triangle looking like upside down underneath the one that's looking upward. And on top of that is the business, our businesses. Those businesses pay for everything. The income from those businesses pays for real estate, buys more assets, right? And that's the holy grail, is to have businesses that buys more assets that create more passive income. That's how we tap into the velocity of cash flow that we talk about here in our community. So that business on top, that point on top of that triangle, buys real estate, pays for our expenses, and our expenses also have assets in them, such as paper assets, and we have other assets because there are more than paper assets classes. We have five asset classes. We have businesses, real estate, commodities, paper assets, and crypto. Today, and in the future, money is crypto. So it's important that we invest in crypto. We need to, of course, invest in our financial education. We're coming out with a new ebook here in the next few months that will explain everything about crypto and why crypto is the new money. Today, money is created with debt, but the dollar is going to be transferring to crypto. It has already been done. So it's important to be flexible and be willing to change as everything else changes and money evolves, as we know. So we need to change with it. We need to understand the new rules of money. We need to adapt to what the technology is forcing the world of economy to change to. Okay? We have that diagram inside of our ebook, so you want to check it out because it's important to understand that our businesses will buy everything for us, pay for all the expenses and everything that we have. Okay, we have another list here for Forbes magazines. I'm going to go through it real quickly. 1900, Andrew Carnegie made his fortune in steel, 475 million. 1910, John Rockefeller became a billionaire in oil, 1.4 billion. 1920, Henry Ford became a billionaire in the auto industry, 1 billion. 1930, John Dorrance became a millionaire condensing soup into a can. Campbell's soup, 115 million. 1940, Howard Hodges became a billionaire with military aircraft, contracts, tools, and movies, 1.5 billion. 1950, Arthur Davis became a millionaire in aluminum, 400 million. 1960, H. Rose Parrott founded EDS. 1962, 3.8 billion. 1970, Sam Walton took retailing giant Walmart public, 22 billion. 1980, Ron Perlman made his fortune as a Wall Street deal maker, 3.8 billion. In 1990, Jerry Yang co-founded Yahoo, 3.7 billion. Now the question is, are we the next billionaires? And we need to understand how to take a company public eventually. So when we build a company, we can always take that company public. So build it from the beginning, thinking that that company will become public one day. Build a brand, protect it by trademarking the brand. Think ahead. Would this company last generations after generations? Look at well-known brands so that we can learn from them. Nike, Coca-Cola, Amazon, Yahoo, Google, all of these companies have a mission and they have the 8 elements that is needed in order to have a successful business that lasts generations after generations, and that business can eventually be taken public as well. Learn how to minimize taxes using the laws, legally, using the new rules of money, because today money is debt. That means that debt is tax-free legally according to the law. We don't pay taxes on debt. That's why we encourage all of our partners here at Master Investor to invest using debt. When you have a chance to use debt, hopefully it's all the time, is to invest for passive income and capital gains income too. When we invest for passive income, we minimize taxes because passive income is the income that is taxed at the lowest bracket. Capital gains income is taxed higher than passive income. In some instances, we can take advantage of the laws in capital gains income and minimize or defer taxes because we are moving the capital gains into a bigger asset that will produce more passive income. So we get tax breaks on those exceptions, okay? But you have to have the right team around you. Remember, one of the 8 elements of a successful business is a team. We need to have the right attorney that speaks the right language, that knows about business, corporate law, that understands how to minimize and protect our assets, not someone that runs on fear, someone that runs on financial knowledge and corporate law knowledge, okay? And also we need to have the right CPA. Not all the CPAs are proper for the wealthy. We don't want a CPA that tells us we need to make less money because otherwise, if we make a lot of money, we're going to pay a lot in taxes. We want a CPA that will encourage us to make more cash flow, more passive income, more capital gains because he has ways that we can actually minimize taxes all the way to zero and be tax-free entities because we are using debt, we're using other people's money, we're OPM, we're investing in other people's businesses, and we're making our income through passive income, which is taxed at the lowest bracket. And of course, when we use debt, we pay zero on that debt, okay? And when we do capital gains income, we might end up paying some taxes. It depends on what we do with that money, and also it depends on what type of asset class we are investing for capital gains income. But I want you to focus on building the asset column with passive income, because when we do that, then we also get the best of 2 worlds. We get passive income and the ability to invest for capital gains income, okay? So there you have it. I hope that you learned what a master investor is. You can start today. Make sure that you make a plan. Go to our website, download the ebook, check out the link in the description, how to build cash flow with the internet. I'm going to see you on the next live stream. We're going to keep this going. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and take massive action. You will love the ebooks that we are creating here inside of our community. Download your first cash flow ebook. We also have the 10 new rules of money. Both of these ebooks can be found on Amazon if you like to read your ebooks on Kindle app. But I suggest you go straight to our website because you'll have access to additional bonuses that will come with that ebook. And you will always have access for the rest of your life as long as we continue to add more assets into that digital course that has the ebook. You will always have access, okay? Regardless of the price going up in the future, which it will go up, right now you're going to get it for a bargain. So go ahead and take advantage. You have a financial statement that you can download, and it's important that you do it because you're going to learn where you are financially, how you make your income, and what we need to do to start building that asset column so that you start living through passive income instead of ordinary, income, okay? All right, I'll talk to you on the next live stream. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the business. I appreciate you so much. And make sure you share this great content with other people. If you have any questions, let us know down in the comment section, or you can send an email to us at info@masterinvestor.education. Find the information on our website. Give us a call if you need to get started with a business plan, with a marketing plan, with masterminding some ideas. Let us know. We'll get on a phone call, we'll get on a Zoom call, and we get the ball rolling so that you can escape the rat race, or if you already escape the rat race, then we can continue to build that asset column even more so that you can compound your wealth successfully. Bringing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Stay great and wealthy. Bye.